as slow as you possibly can.
I'm very nervous.
Wrapping.
The bottom will only be bad if you fucking let go of your brakes.
You ready, Benes?
Super slow.
So Whistler Bike Park is often hailed as the crown jewel of bike parks. It is the mecca for mountain bikers, and it has literally every type of riding all in one place. We're talking the best, biggest, and the most progressive jump lines, a wild slopestyle course, huge free ride lines, and the gnarliest rock rolls.
This is where you know things are getting scary.
And in this video, I'm going to show you what a day in Whistler Bike Park looks like, as well as trying to hunt down some of the most challenging features this bike park has to offer.
And to start the day, we rode a track called Dirt Merchant, which is probably one of the best jump lines in the world.
Put your hands together if you see them sending it off those jumps.
Good fun that.
That's the warm up.
Yeah.
Now we can actually start riding.
So once we'd done a lap on Dirt Merchant and felt fluid on the bike, felt warmed up, we jumped back on the gondola, went straight back to the top of the mountain to find some bigger and even more steeper challenges.
Forecast. Ripper of a day. So we're on the top chairlift now in the high alpine. Absolutely beautiful. That's an old free ride line that was in a DVD. Roll down here off that. First bear of the trip. Mr. Bear. Hello there.
Give it some scale, man.
Oh, that's scale, isn't it? Christ.
So cool, man. So as you've seen, we've literally been riding for a sec.
And then...
Oh, Ranger!
Right. Like super scared, man. Okay, it's a start, man. Nice. My fucking hands. Honestly, I couldn't let go of the rock, and that's why I couldn't get clipped in.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You good?
We actually accidentally ended up taking a wrong turn on the trails. We ended up on some of the more off-piste trails in the bike park.
Looks a little bit more natural.
These were probably a lot more intense than we were all planning to be.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What is that compression about? Where do you stop? I don't know. My head's f***ing going. Go on now.
Get on the brakes at the bottom. Yes, lad. Oh my god! Easy.
Anchor on! Oh, yeah.
Easy, mate.
Myself.
These are like your typical rock rolls, natural tracks. This is the style of riding I really love doing. It's really challenging, pushes limits, sometimes a bit too far actually.
Slow, slow, slow to the edge.
Yeah.
Then slow, 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 slow. You'll pick up speed.
There was this one rock chute that we got to. It was super steep. We couldn't really see what was at the bottom of it.
The bottom will only be bad if you let go of your brakes.
Right, okay.
Feather, like feather,
Right,
feather.
And there's enough grip to stop? Yeah. Come on, Ben, we'll be sweet, lad. I'm very nervous, but I'll follow you in, bro. You ready, Benez?
I had my camera out and I was filming Tommy, Lewis and Ben. That's where things took a bit of a wrong turn.
Super slow.
Ben went down the rock chute, picked up a ton of speed, couldn't slow down, couldn't control his speed, couldn't actually see what was coming in the woods at the bottom. Went over the handlebars. He was actually okay, as bad as the crash looked.
Yeah!
And he walked away from it with just a couple of grazes and scratches, and he was actually back riding within a day or two. So after an intense morning, you can imagine that we felt like we needed to refuel and regroup.
I need an iced latte.
So there was no better place to do that than at Lift Coffee Co. Everybody's favourite coffee shop in Whistler. And speaking of refueling, a lot of people always ask me, where do you actually stay in Whistler when you are mountain biking or even skiing in the winter? And for me, during this trip to Whistler, it was Pangea Pods, who have actually kindly enough supported this video. Pangea Pods isn't a hotel and it's not a hostel. It's kind of the best of both worlds, and it's located right in the centre of Whistler. And if you're a mountain biker like me and you're looking for a nice place to stay that has secure lockups for your bike, ski or your board, has cozy beds with a place to store your luggage, Pangea Pods has you covered. And after a hard day on the bike, there's nothing more refreshing than going to Pangea Pods and chilling out on their rooftop bar with a nice cold beer and a wood-fired pizza with your mates. Gonna jump back to the action now. We're all refueled and ready on coffee, and we're gonna head back up to the top of the mountain for another lap. And this time it was to check out some of the old school free ride lines in Whistler, which I'd never actually seen before.
Wow, this is chunky. Oh my god.
So Whistler and British Columbia is kind of where the whole free ride movement started in mountain biking. So it was kind of cool to be shown around by local legend Max Grayston, who was actually the winner of Pink Bike Academy competition.
Okay, we're going to Pink Bike Academy. If I'm riding the way I'm riding, I'm winning this thing. I'm just enjoying the process and loving riding, and I'm just gonna keep doing it until it's not fun anymore.
He knows a thing or two about riding bikes, and because he's a local,
You're like an encyclopedia.
he knows the trails at the back of his hand, and he could take us to all the best spots.
Different track than I was expecting.
Go nice and slow on this. Yeah, it's a double roll. Go really slow though.
What's on the other side of that? Weird, because you can't see the other side of it.
That's all good.
I didn't nose tap to tiny table. I'm like a free rider now. Yeah, it's all happening in one run.
You guys want to see a bit of a slab over here?
Can do.
How much, like, what are we talking in comparison to the you've made us do?
It's a little more dangerous.
This way you know things are getting scary.
No.
Whoa, sick.
If you control your speed, it's not bad. This is like some old Richie Schley lines. I think
Yeah.
Wade Simmons was the first to roll this.
This is a super OG free ride line. So you would come onto here, hip into that rock slab and down.
Go as slow as you possibly can.
After riding all these free ride lines, we decided to switch gears a little bit and check out Creekside Valley, which is a valley next to Whistler, which I hadn't actually checked out this year. Word on the grapevine was they'd had a flurry of new development, and digging on new and revamped trails. So we had to go and check that out.
First time riding freight trainer shit. Slow Martha down. Oh Christ! This is Nadgery. This one's called Barking Duck. A new one in Creekside. It's a blue one, but I've heard really good things about it. Whoa. Oh man. Ah, holes. Oh. Absolute wildcat.
I feel like we crammed so much riding into this day, but I also feel at the same time we only scratched the surface. Like, we only showed you a couple of the trails and some of the main features in Whistler. You would have to spend literally 7 to 14 days in Whistler at least to go and get to know the whole area, because there's so much riding in the entire valley and the Sea to Sky Highway if you want to venture a little bit further out, which is, I guess, a kind of just an excuse to come back next year. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Massive shout out to Pangea Pods again for supporting this video. If you're looking for an affordable, comfortable, cozy and secure place to stay in the heart of Whistler, go and check out Pangea Pods. I've put all the details in the description below if you want to go and check those guys out, and we'll see you in the next video.